It's the end of Accountex Day 2, 2 days of absolute madness, and I'm here with the woman who put it all together and made most of it happen. It's Caroline Hobden. Hello to you.
Hi Rob, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. You've got very little left of your voice, have you?
I have got very little left of my voice, so I'm very sorry. I hope you can all hear me. But
Well, we've got you on the
it's worth
microphone.
it. There you go.
Can you put your emotions into words right now after what has been a couple of amazing days?
Probably not, to be totally honest, because
No.
it's just so overwhelming. But it's been an incredible show. We have had support from everybody. You know, so many people have come up to me at the end of the show to say they're so pleased that events are back, so pleased to see everyone back together, and so pleased to see Accountex back after 3 years. It's overwhelming, and I feel absolutely elated, and I'm incredibly proud of my team.
Yes. How tired are you?
On
Is
a
the
scale of-
adrenaline still flowing through?
It's waning off a little bit now. I could do with a bit more, but no, I'm tired, but I'm fine, and I'm just so happy.
Now, when you look around here, and let's just do that right now, both of us. This is no mean feat, and you've been planning this, what, 12, 24 months out to come down to this?
Yeah,
Give us a
so
feel for the scale of the operation here.
this show was actually due to take place in May 2020, and unfortunately, due to the pandemic, we had to say that we couldn't run the event that year. So we couldn't also then run it in 2021 either. So it's been a long time coming. There's been so much hard work in this. We have to thank our clients who've stuck with us. They've supported us through some really rocky years, and they've all come out fighting and done some incredible work with their stands, with all their promotion. You know, they've worked really hard. They want to see the clients face to face, and they've all had such a great show. It's just positivity through and through.
Yeah, and a shout out to Zoe Lisa Cooper, who laid the foundation with getting it to this point. Then we had COVID, but I know for a fact that a lot of the vendors and clients, as you say, have said, hey, no, let's just keep our money and let's go again when things open up. And that gives you a lot of confidence that you've got a strong brand here.
It really does. And I have to say, yes, Zoe Lacey Cooper, huge shoes to fill. She's incredible. She did such wonders with this show. I just hope that I can make her proud and keep it going for her. But yeah, to the clients, they really did support us and they stuck with us and they knew we'd be back and they wanted to be there. So big shout out to them as well.
Now, you must have had a million conversations with people. What have they been telling you about how good it is to be back face to face?
Oh, I mean, everybody was, I think, quite grateful to have a 2D environment with the virtual events where we just couldn't do anything else. It was definitely a place for it, and it was a way of keeping people together. But nothing replaces the face-to-face event. I mean, nothing does. People have tried, and they've not succeeded. You know, there's still a place to have a virtual conference here and there if we've got some important subject matters to get out, some CPD points to get. But when it comes to face-to-face, you can't beat it. There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
And it's those conversations you don't know you're going to have are sometimes the most important. The ones that where you just happen to bump into someone or walk past someone or overhear a conversation and join in.
Those serendipitous moments.
Absolutely. And you can't replace that in virtual. So face-to-face all the way.
Now, there must be a part of you that feels proud of this. This is a big achievement. I know you're going to speak about your team and how great they've been because you can't do it alone, but this is something to be proud of.
Do you know what? I am one of the luckiest people in the world that my team is incredible. They have worked their socks off and they've always done it with a smile. You know, they never whinge,
I
never
wonder where
complain.
they get that from.
I don't know. I don't know. But you know, I'm just one of a very large team and I'm so proud of them. I'm so grateful. But you know what? It is a time to be proud and it's a time to progress and do it even better next time. We're not going to sit on our laurels. We're here to stay, we're here to lead, and we're going to do a great show in 2023 as well.
Well, let's ask you about that briefly, and then we'll let you go and get some rest. What are you going to do to top this next year? You're probably already thinking of things that you want to change, modify, and expand. So what are your thoughts that you can share right now?
I think we've always just got to strive for the best content. We've got to be going out there and actively looking for the best speakers. You know, we want to make sure that our accountants and finance professionals are going away with a raft of new knowledge that they never had. We've got to go out and look for the new and upcoming exhibitors as well. There's so much exciting tech coming out. We want to make sure that those startup companies are well looked after because the startup companies of today are the big giants of tomorrow and they've all got to be looked after. So there's exciting things. We're probably going to see a bigger show next time, if I'm really honest. We're a little bit tight for space here now. I know you can't believe that, but it's a great feeling.
Yeah.
So just always striving to make it the best possible event for our clients and our visitors. That's what it's all about.
You must be pleased, Caroline, as well, at how full the seminars have been because they've been packed out and standing room only, haven't they? That shows you putting on the right events, the right content.
Absolutely. And putting that program together, You know, it is a huge jigsaw puzzle, and we always try and strive for the best. And unfortunately, I couldn't put every single presentation I'd like to put into the program there because we don't have the space, and we have over 180 sessions.
Yes.
So there are disappointed speakers, unfortunately, which is probably the worst part of my job, is disappointing anyone when they don't make it in. But the theatres, there was literally a session today where someone said to me that the speaker invited people to come and sit on the stage because there was nowhere else to be. They physically couldn't get anywhere else. So I will be putting in a little request extra budget for bigger theatres as well to try and house everyone next time.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned from this? You've been planning it for so long, but now that you've done it, what have you learned?
I think one of the nicest things I've learned is that this community really is a community, that the people in it are incredible. You know, they have all treated me with just such kindness and been so welcoming, and they've been wonderful with my team, wonderful with my staff. And I think the biggest lesson is that we just need to celebrate in the humanness, if that's even a word. I'm not sure at this point.
Amongst all the tech, there's people, isn't it?
There's people. And I think it's a really lovely thing that everybody is walking away with a smile, and that makes me chuffed a bit, so it really does.
Now, Diversified, let's talk about them real quick. This is your flagship event, and you've really honoured that with what you and your team have put together. And with the Accounting Influencers podcast being your official broadcast partner, we've done 40 odd interviews with key people on the stands and got a real vibe for how special this is in their calendar. But you're not stopping here, are you?
Definitely not stopping here. I think people might be aware of a few launches that we've done this year. So first of all, we've launched in Spain. So Accountex Spain will be taking place at the beginning of November. Then we have Accountex in Canada taking place at the end of November, beginning of December. And then in March next year, we have got Accountex Australia.
Wow.
So it's been a lot going on.
It's a global brand now, isn't it?
We've been incredibly busy.
You can come over, we're live. This is very much how it is right now. We're at the pack out phase, and these guys work really hard to strike this down, and there'll be another event. Finally, Caroline, how are you going to come down from this? How will you relax? Apart from a lot of sleep, what have you got planned for the next few days?
Oh, do you know what? I'm going to go spend some time in my family, with my children.
Yes.
And I
Do they
might
know who you are?
not at the moment. No. I might have a glass of wine or two.
Sure.
You know,
you've earned that.
Absolutely. But I'm back at work tomorrow.
Okay.
So I've got so much to do. Still got to break down the whole show. So there's lots to be done. But do you know what? I want to stay on this high for a while because it's incredible. And I've been doing this a very long time in events, over 25 years. And this beats every single event I've ever worked on, hands down. Wow. So I'm going to enjoy it for a bit.
Well, on behalf of Accountex Diversified, my business partner Martin Bissett and I that host the podcast for Accounting Influencers, it's been a great being a part of your event, and we've got to say well done.
And I have to thank you as well. The best podcast out there and some of the best guys to have worked with. So thank you for all your support.
Let's hug it out.
Thanks, Caroline.